This is one of the straw bale gardens at a friend's home, my sister, my cousin, my friend. And this is how she is growing in her backyard. She's going to plant, well, I'll let her tell you what all she's going to plant in the straw bales. But right now I'm just giving you an overview. And then we're going to come down to this blue one. And I see that it's blue now. So talk to us about the straw bale, the concept of straw bales, and why you're doing this.
The straw bale method was described to me by a relative of mine. I wanted to garden in my backyard, and I didn't think I had enough space. So he told me you can grow corn in a straw bale,
Mm.
which I didn't believe. So he told me about the process, and I have been straw bale gardening on and off for a period of 4 years. I love the concept. Basically, you are composting the straw, and that's what feeds your plants. You do not need to put dirt on top, as a lot of people actually will show. The dark that you see currently is blood meal because I want an organic garden. You see the darkness, and that's the blood meal. You could also use feather meal, a little harder to come by, but it works very well. Or you could use bone meal. For those people who don't care if your garden is organic or not, a simple fertilizer will do to get it composted. So the phase is called a conditioning phase. It takes approximately 10 to 14 days. The first day you will water only. The second day you'll apply fertilizer. If it's an organic fertilizer, approximately 2 cups per bale. The third day you'll follow with water, and then you'll go back again with the fertilizer. Your second week, you can decrease the amount of fertilizer by half. And once the bales have heated up from the inside, you'll start seeing mushrooms on them, usually about day 10 to day 14. This is day 7, so I'm expecting that to happen fairly soon. One of the big things about a straw bale garden is that you want to make sure that the cut side of the bale is on top. What I mean by cut side is you'll see these little itty bitty straws. It's where they've cut it off. So when you put the blood meal down in there and water, it goes down and the straw bale becomes more dense and heavy, and it starts that composting phase. You can put it in on the other side, but it kind of takes a lot longer and you have to use more fertilizer to do so.
Okay. Now, this sister of mine, as well as another one who you all will meet, who is growing in her ground. I'm growing in raised beds. My sister here, may I use your first name?
Sure.
Teresa is growing in straw bales that she put raised beds around to try to beautify them so it didn't look like she was trying to create a farm
That's
in the
right.
city.
I'm in the suburbs.
Yes. And so this is something that she made. When you talk about, lots and lots of people on Facebook Marketplace talk about their Facebook finds. This is made from a Facebook find that the three of us went in on and split. And it was just a bunch of wood that was for sale, like 2 pallets worth, uh, for a very, very reasonable price, like an exceptionally reasonable price. And we, being the DIYers we are, decided that we were going to make stands for the pots or buckets that we would grow in. So can you talk, because hers looks different than what I had in mind. When she sent me pictures, I'm like, oh. So tell about this.
Well, the stand itself, again, is made from recycled wood. The little boards are typically found in between pallets when they're sent out to most companies, and they throw them away. Or they use them for what other purpose, I'm not sure. But we were able to get our hands on it, and we went to Pinterest to look for a tier garden stand. Something that was simple, but that would hold up so that we could put our 5-gallon buckets on it. And we kind of altered a bunch of different plans that we saw. There's some on Facebook. There's some on Etsy, Pinterest, and on YouTube. But my sister-in-law had someone try to do the one that we saw on Pinterest. And it wasn't the exact thing, but this is fairly close. So basically, if you look at it on the side, it'll make it a lot easier. I put wheels on this so I could move it as the sun shifts. But basically, you have two sides. So a larger rectangle and a smaller square. It's the exact same on the other side. I decided to put the lumber on top, which will hold the bucket. This will act as a rail to keep the buckets from toppling over if a plant gets to be top heavy or if there's wind and it wants to blow it over. Some people will put a diagonal brace in the back, but because this lumber is a 3x3 piece, I didn't put anything in the back. It's fairly strong. But what I did do is put a couple of braces on the bottom. Forgive my socks. So, but yeah, we just put a couple of braces in there. Again, I tried to paint it about the color of the house so that it blended in and was not any type of a nuisance for those in the neighborhood. And the other items, I have all of my self-watering 5-gallon buckets in the house. I just have not put the dirt or the plants in them. So don't judge all the plants on the patio. But
all of those
this is
plants
basically
are
it.
going to find homes in these bales once the bales are finished conditioning. Well, let me not say all, but many of them will, and then the others will be put in pots, like this pot that we both bought last weekend.
Correct.
I saw it. Now she copied off me.
I saw it first, but I put it back because I looked at it and I thought it was a compostable material that you would bury in the ground. And of course, I didn't want it to break down over a period of time. So I had had some of those before and I just put it back. After speaking to the Amish people at the store, they basically said they've had theirs for several years and it wasn't something that would disintegrate easily. So I bought it to put my beets into.
And I bought it for my elderberry tree that's been in a much smaller pot for the past couple of years, and it's gotten big compared to what it was when I bought it, but it is, confined to the space that it's in. So it'll get a lot bigger now that it's in here until it's ready to put in the ground. But this is my first time seeing hers planted in, so I was like, what is that? And it's beets. So the color is pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So she's gonna have lots of beets. Well, some beets we'll say, because she likes to juice her beets.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love everything in my garden will be eaten and juiced.
And this is her Granny Smith
There you go.
apple tree. She likes the Granny Smiths. I'm like, no, thank you. I like red delicious. I like sweet apples.
They're very good, though. I use them to juice a lot. So the thing that I want to just impress on people about the straw bale garden, why I think it's so fabulous. Typically, if you're using soil or you're going to have an in-ground garden, you have to till the soil or bring dirt in. And then you have to take the weeds out the next year and do all of that. A straw bale garden will pretty much last you 1 year, and 1 year only. However, for $4 to $6 per bale, plus the cost of the blood meal, which is going up because most fertilizers are right now, you just put it on top. And typically, not in this case, it would be 18 inches tall. So for you have someone who is elderly, then you don't have to have them bending over constantly. There is no weeding whatsoever. Occasionally, you will have a little bit of wheat because this is straw and not hay. Hay has a lot of seeds and you don't want those seeds because they will choke out your plants. But if you have a little bit of sprouting on your straw bale garden, it won't choke out your plants at all. It's not a big deal at all.
Can we come down here and talk about? Oh, you said but. Go on.
No, that's okay.
Okay. Tell everyone what you will do with this vacant space in this bed.
Okay. So because I was trying to plant all the straw bales inside of some type of container so that from afar, when the neighbors are looking at it, they don't really see it, it blends in. I painted the boxes. I didn't have enough, but I had some old shutters that were sitting around. And it's strange, but I took the shutters and I just slid them into the grooves of this.
So this is more of the wood that we all got from
Yes.
Facebook Marketplace.
Put a couple of slats on the end, and unfortunately you'll see it kind of bowed out, but it only bowed out because I was trying to put 2 bales into this, which it should have fit, but I started conditioning this single bale 3 days before. So with all the water and the moisture that was in it, it would not accommodate a second bale. So we're going to do one. I'm going to have chicken wire that is kind of put over on this side, and I'll put a little bit of soil and straw and grow my purple potatoes in there. And then you continually add straw and soil as they grow, as the plants come up. So that'll be my potato patch beside it.
Okay. Is there anything else? Well, you can add whatever you want to add later. This is a good a good introduction.
Just to start.
Just to start. I'll give you one final look at her straw bale garden. I'm all excited for her and for me to learn. I've heard her talk about this for years, and now I get to see it. Okay, stay tuned for more.